I just had to stop what I was doing because Lumi just sent me the preview of Bobby Althoff's, or I don't know how to say her last name, but you know, white girl Bobby with the podcast. Yeah, she just sent me the clip of her new podcast, Not This Again, starring, featuring, interviewing none other than Drake. And I simply just have to laugh. Like, this is actually riveting.
To me, this is obviously revenge for Drake. Drake knows everybody in hip-hop is going to be talking about this. People are going to be pissed off that Drake is once again sitting with Bobby Althoff, giving her another interview.
The worst part is, Akademiks and Maul gotta sit there and act like it's all cool.
Welcome back to PopPulsereacts. In today's mashup, we diving into the chaos surrounding Drake's self-destruction as DJ Akademiks himself calls out Drake in ways nobody expected. Now, for those who don't know, DJ Akademiks is one of hip-hop's biggest media personalities. He built his name covering rap beefs, breaking exclusives, and stirring conversation in the culture. For years, he was seen as one of Drake's loudest supporters, often defending him against critics and giving them the platform to control a narrative. But now, the tables have turned. Akademiks is publicly calling Drake desperate, even hypocritical, marking a huge shift in how the culture views him. Let's have some reactors break this down. Let's go.
Drake backstabs DJ Akademiks and Maul.
These guys gotta sit back and watch their bestie Drake go give another interview to Bobby Althoff, who's a clout chaser, culture vulture, and most importantly, she's never defended Drake publicly.
Drake backstabs DJ Akademiks and Maul after giving Bobby Althoff another interview.
She had popped up with Drake on the last one. She pops up with Drake again.
First off, I thought they were beefing.
Guess who's back? Back again. Drake is back with his friend.
I think this is crazy, man, because the spiral of events that have taken place with her in particular since that interview, I feel like she's gotten divorced. I think she's stopped her podcast or pivoted from her podcast. She left her kid on their birthday to go and see Drake, and then now they're back at it again. And then there was like speculation that Drake has something to do with her, and you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro.
I just had to stop what I was doing because Lumi just sent me the preview of Bobby Althoff's, or I don't know how to say her last name, but you know, white girl Bobby with the podcast. Yeah, she just sent me the clip of her new podcast, Not This Again, starring, featuring, interviewing none other than Drake. And I simply just have to laugh. Like, this is actually riveting. This is a riveting development because there's so many dots that are not connecting for me right now. For starters, Bobby, wasn't you at the Not Like Us video or something like that? Is my memory correct?
Dog, Bobby, say what's bragging, Bobby. Say what's bragging, Bobby. On Pyro, war.
I thought Drake was serious about his op, unless she was one of them fragile ops. But not only did it blow my mind that she got Drake in the first place, but to happen the second time, like, what do she got on Drake? This genuinely doesn't make sense to me. Drake don't be just interviewing with people. And you know what, actually, you know what, Kendrick really might have been onto something. Now that I'm just speaking my mind and saying things, Kendrick might have been onto something, because why we only see him with that other dude? What's his face? Aiden Ross? Yeah. Why he only be doing streams with Aiden Ross and podcasts with Bobby Althoff? He was supposed to be doing a music video with Kai Cenat. What happened to that video? What happened to that video, Drake? I don't know.
Who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
But he's giving her another interview. I also thought that her show or podcast got canceled. Apparently not. Apparently he's trying to bring it back. But he said, Maul, y'all been the head angels. The head Aubrey Angels. But am I going to grace y'all platform? No.
Do you guys remember Bobby Althoff with the really good podcast that she had like crazy guests like Drake on her first one ever? And everyone in the media was just calling her an industry plant and just bullying. out of her because she abandoned her family, rightfully so, that people were slandering her because that was fucked up. And people were just burying her, saying that she blew up and instantly just fell the fuck off. No one cares about her. I think it's so fucking funny that she's coming back with a nude podcast, debuting with Drake. What got her hot in the first place is what she's gonna do to get hot again. I find fucking hilarious. And it's funny because it looked like Drake and Bobby were having some complications because that podcast got taken down like months later or some shit. Because I think some beef or something happened in the background that I have no idea what happened. Something happened, but it seems like they rekindled whatever and they reconciled, and boom, this is how they're gonna debut another podcast, which I find fucking hilarious. And I probably will watch it.
The worst part is Akademiks and Maul gotta sit there and act like it's all cool.
I was about to say, bro, honestly, he's like, before I step foot back in that house, I will go over here. Before I step foot back in that house, which I don't know how you would associate hip hop with either of these two characters on stream right here. But he basically saying, yo, y'all my biggest glazers, and I'm not even gonna give y'all the interview. I'm going over here to Bobby.
Fans started calling out Akademiks and Maul, saying, yo, you guys can get off your knees now for Drake. This is who Drake is giving looks to, not you guys. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If I'm Akademiks or Maul, I'm pissed off. I get on my platform every single week and defend you. Fans call me all kinds of names because I support you and I'm riding with you no matter what.
He's addressing Drake's culture vulture ways and the way that he steals from the fucking culture. What did we not talking about how he said all you niggas, including niggas in Banquet.
Oh, he getting angry.
Now, a couple days ago, after Bobby Althoff and Drake announced that they were doing a podcast interview once again, a lot of people, including Drake fans, said, why the fuck is Drake doing this? What's the reason? We've already seen the dynamic between you and Bobby. We know Bobby's not going to ask you any questions about music. Shit, the girl knows nothing about hip-hop or anything. We do not want to watch you guys sit down for another hour and a half, having awkward conversations, having sexual tension with each other, and making corny inside jokes that nobody understands besides you guys and Chubbs. We know you're not going to sit down with any hip-hop personalities, but why don't you go sit down with the two guys that's been fucking with you? The two guys that support you, the two guys that pretty much risk their careers for you. Oh, did I forget? The two guys that you also run to anytime you need a spokesperson or PR person in hip-hop.
All right, so it looked like your boy DJ Akademiks is a little upset that Drake is interviewing Bobby Althoff again instead of giving him an interview.
After Drake and Bobby Althoff did their very controversial first interview, looks like Drake and Bobby have once again linked up for another podcast. For her new podcast called Not This Again.
Oh.
A much more refined, poised, and pleasant podcast.
Pleasant? I don't know about that.
I know.
I think that was just a word you...
I'm trying to get you brand deals.
Oh, so you want me to be more pleasant?
No, I'm just saying.
That's not what I need to do.
I was trying to pitch.
Is welcome that what I need to get more brand deals, be more pleasant?
Hey now. Welcome to a much more scenic, serene, and solidarity.
What are you getting at?
Welcome to a much more scenic and serene and serious. It's not going to be serious, though.
Is it not? I think it is.
Welcome to a much more scenic, serene, sexy.
No, try it again. Run it back.
I liked it.
I don't like that one.
Welcome to a much more scenic, serene.
I already clicked off this video. He don't, bro. He can't do this with Act. He can't do this with Maul. All he could talk about is his shortcomings, the beef, the issues. I see why he's avoiding that. He's avoiding it, honestly, because he know that's the conversation that he's going to have over there. Over here, he could just, let's just shoot the shit.
Equally sickening.
Okay, maybe I should just do it.
Okay, good. Okay.
Welcome to the first episode of my new podcast that no one asked for.
The first one was funny. It was unexpected. And the awkwardness was new, new as far as like Bobby. She had just like kind of got on the scene. So people were like tuned into how awkward she is. Like, oh, who is this girl? Oh, she's kind of weird. Oh, she's awkward. Okay, I like it. Now it's kind of played out, and y'all seem like y'all trying to recreate what y'all did the first time, and this time it's feeling forced. So bye.
Now, after watching Bobby and Drake announce their upcoming interview, Akademiks was so flabbergasted he couldn't believe it. The move made no sense to Akademiks, so much so that Ak said, you know what, nah, fuck it. This gotta be either a business move or Drake wants to clap Bobby Althoff cheeks again.
Now let's hear what Akademiks has to say.
Yo, Drake, my brother. I think you're not reading the room here. You just went through one of the most horrifying rap battles of life, and the entire premise was trying to show or trying to say you're not someone of the culture, and you keep doing content with people who seemingly are not within hip-hop. Okay? And I completely understand that. And by the way, I do kind of look at Drake like, bad timing again. Now, honestly, I think this is a great business move. I just think it's bad timing. I think Drake, like, again, I could be wrong. I haven't asked him about it. It's no way he doesn't own a part of this podcast or the company that owns this podcast or is giving this woman an opportunity. With all due respect, Bobby Althoff is not a talented person. With all due respect. There is a lane for her to flourish, but especially within the lane that she is trying to cannibalize off of, without Drake walking her through the door, now, not once, but twice, she is not as effective. No one really wants to sit with her. She comes across as either condescending or absent-minded. She doesn't do great interviews, but you are doing what we've accused Jay of doing. Giving someone a cultural key that maybe we don't think should even be a cultural visitor. So now you've told them they could live here.
Akademiks made another video. He's talking about the Bobby Althoff situation and how Drake's just not reading the room. And I wouldn't call it scathing criticism, but it kind of is when you read into it, even though he's speaking somewhat euphemistically, not really. When you read into it, it's really, it kind of is scathing, man. He's basically saying Drake don't know what the heck is going on at all. And
all right, so bunch of thoughts here. I think it's clear to say, and I'm gonna sit here and speak to y'all very openly, honestly, because I do hear a lot of not even rumblings, but there's a loud echo and a loud noise saying, "Yo, Drake, my brother." I think you're not reading the room here. You just went through one of the most horrifying rap battles of life, and the entire premise was trying to show or trying to say you're not someone of the culture, and you keep doing content with people who seemingly are not within hip-hop. Okay? And I completely understand that. And by the way, I do kind of look at Drake like, bad timing again. Now, honestly, I think this is a great business move. I just think it's bad timing. I think Drake, like, again, I could be wrong. I haven't asked him about it. It's no way he doesn't own a part of this podcast or the company that owns this podcast or is giving this woman an opportunity. With all due respect, Bobby Althoff is not a talented person. With all due respect. There is a lane for her to flourish, but especially within the lane that she is trying to cannibalize off of, without Drake walking her through the door, now, not once, but twice, she is not as effective. No one really wants to sit with her. She comes across as either condescending or absent-minded. She doesn't do great interviews, but you are doing what we've accused Jay of doing. Giving someone a cultural key that maybe we don't think should even be a cultural visitor. So now you've told them they could live here. Drake has to, like, and I've spoken to many people about it. They're like, yo, no, Drake must be trying to fuck her. If Drake is doing this to try to fuck this chick, he's too horny. No, it's too great. No, it's too horny. He has to own part of her podcast or the network that's publishing her podcast. Otherwise, nothing makes sense. I will stick on that. I feel Drake isn't reading the room properly, but I think Drake is doing business. Again, just like when people ask me about the Kick situation or why doesn't he stream with you? I don't think Drake wants to stream. I think Drake sees a lucrative dollar sign and he follows the dollar sign to do streaming. And I don't think Drake wants to podcast. I think Drake is podcasting for a business opportunity. I could be wrong, and I'm okay and open to stand possibly at the precipice of, hey, no, you're wrong. This nigga's just out of touch. But I don't believe that's what that is. I realized that hip hop and urban culture has dejected this woman. They don't like her. They think she's condescending, ear-headed. They feel she's getting opportunities she doesn't deserve. They feel, even in whatever resolve they had with the Yachty situation, they feel like she's talking down to black artists who maybe she's looking at as, oh, y'all are stupid or y'all do silly shit. And it's one of the, those condescending type of things.
Heck, if Akademiks keep making content like this, his own page on X gonna start putting propaganda out on him. The OVO's gonna have all types of trumped up charges and all that type of stuff on him not too long from now. So what am I talking about?
To me, this is obviously revenge for Drake. Drake knows everybody in hip-hop is going to be talking about this. People are going to be pissed off that Drake is once again sitting with Bobby Althoff, giving her another interview that could have gone to a platform that would actually be enjoyable. After Drake watched the culture turn its back on him, right now, Drake does not care about anybody's opinion in hip-hop. So that means even if you guys see me walking out with Morgan Wallen... Making records with international artists like Central C, the fact of the matter is that Drake does not care anymore. Fans started calling out Akademiks and Maul saying, yo, you guys can get off your knees now for Drake.
Falls flat and loses. I'm gonna be honest. Honestly, for me, I think this is worse than the battle. I'm gonna keep it a beat. And I love Drake. Drake's my guy. My favorite rapper ever. But this lawsuit is like, I feel like this lawsuit is why it's keeping the sentiment of what, I've already got over the idea that they battled already. Okay, cool. I want to hear his new album. I know he's going to talk about his new.
Not over the idea that they battled already. The idea that your boy got his ass spanked.
Everybody is over it.